Hi friend, this is Calpun Piso, 23rd of July 2015. Another shooting in a theater. I've been saying that ad nauseum. There was one about a week ago, Chattanooga, Christ Psychotic, Islam Psychotic infected in Brazil. I made a YouTube video about that. There have been many more, and they continue, and they continue. And what it does is the brain. An infected brain only produces irrational, infected thoughts. And this it is. It's all due to Christianity infected imbeciles. In a theater, the guy stood up and started shooting people. Well, happening is all religious psychosis. The brain, nobody sees it. There's millions of churches in the United States of America all teaching people all this Christian crap. And then you have Islam psychotics teaching the Islam psychotics crap, and then the Judaism crap, and the Buddhism crap, and the Hinduism crap, all religious psychosis, things that do not exist. And some people take these delusions very seriously, and that because their brains are too weak to understand reality, and they've never been taught really deep science and logic, and then of course they are infected because the brains are weak with this, HIV of the brain. Human immunodeficiency brain virus. And that makes them, they lay dormant, and then all of a sudden explode, and they become full-blown, and this is what happens. Happens all the time, in theaters, everywhere. Thanks to churches, mosques, and synagogues, religious psychosis. The HIV of the brain, nobody seems to see. And I will continue, and it will continue to happen, and I will continue making YouTube videos pointing out the psychosis that the morons don't seem to see. The United States is a Christianity-infected nation run by Christianity-infected imbeciles in Congress with all these churches that control everything, these imbecile, psychotic pieces of garbage. And there you have it.
With Christianity-infected homes. Ask why he did it. Why? Because he became insane because of his Christian upbringing. He see different things. He believed in conspiracy theory. The government is after him, and all this rest of the stuff that they are Muslims, and they come over to get us, and they are infiltrating the United States, and all this psychosis.
This shooting is happening now. Has happened in.
The reason is religious psychosis.
New Orleans.
They don't teach people education. Everybody has guns.
Really the closest city.
And they're such an imbecile they didn't even know how to use them. Christianity-infected imbeciles.
And it's actually from where I grew up.
They're against cops, and if the cop just say don't do this, and say, oh! And they start complaining, and the moron Christian imbecile says, oh yeah, police brutality, and the cops are the ones, it's ridiculous. The United States is the most Christianity-infected nation on the planet.
Again, here we are.
Lack of education, lack of common sense. American kids are idiots. They're teaching them nothing in churches, in schools. Christianity-infected schools, they're idiots. They're nothing compared to Asia, and the Chinese, and the Japanese, and the Europeans. You don't see the shootings over there. All this crap. It's just this is Christianity-infected imbeciles. It's like giving a 3 or 4-year-old guy a gun.
Then we would look at these shootings
Idiots.
and say, we have to be more...
And on top of that, they teach them only reading only one book, the Bible crap in churches, and all these imbeciles, creation in museums. They don't teach them science. They don't understand that the brain is the one that creates thinking. They don't know how to use their brains, the imbeciles.
But for whatever...
And they run the country. The country is full of piece of garbage, Republican imbeciles are infected with Christianity. That's what you get.
Each other, mostly with guns.
And the stupid scientists, mentally healthy, in other words, scientists,
The investigation now.
intellectuals, they're atheist intellectuals and scientists, they don't complain and say that religious beliefs are a mental illness. And they should be people educated. And get rid of all this religious crap. And this is the cause of all these problems.
Too early. In fact,
They have to have their guns and these things that show their guns are complex of inferiority, imbeciles.
is neutralize any threat.
Somebody with a full-blown Christ psychosis, the HIV of the brain that lays dormant. A guy in a theater stood up and they started shooting.
It's cordoned off.
And then he killed himself.
Allowing people to go in to get their cars, right? They're clearing the theater and
Probably the demons were after him. Or
you
Christ psychosis, my friend.
saw people or
Christ
one person was
Psychosis.
injured? Was it a woman shot in the leg?
Christianity
Explain.
infected America. What's new?
Laying on the sidewalk, shot in the leg.
Gov Jindal to do an exorcism. He's pretty good at all that crap.
Potosubaba is brilliant, is mentally healthy and also an atheist in a nation full of crazy people, Christ Psychotic infected imbeciles with churches all over the place, reading only one book, the Bible crap. You have a governor of Louisiana, is a piece of garbage, Christian imbecile that did an exorcism, Jindal, and he's a governor. And all these nuts are running the country. You have Scalia, just an imbecile. You have the rest of the people don't believe in science, global warming is a myth, and all this crap. And they are senators controlling the country. The GOP imbeciles, the God-obsessed party. So there you have it. And they love guns. National Rifle Association. Like imbeciles. They like to sell guns and just kill each other and kill more and more people so we can sell more guns and more guns. They don't give a crap about anything. Because shooting animals, being cruel to animals, all thanks to Christianity imbecility. And the religion is a mental illness, a psychopathy. It's a disease, like an HIV of the brain. It's like it lays dormant, and people do this crap when they get the disease become full blown. It happens all the time. It happens in Islam psychosis and all that, 9/11, all the rest of it.
Love will triumph over evil. I want to ask the mayor to come up here, and now we have prayer services that will happen tomorrow. The cathedral will have something on Sunday morning at 7:30.
Prayer!
But I guess what I want to get across more than anything is,
Since there is so much evil, why this Christ Psychotic infected imbecile governor, why doesn't he do an exorcism? You know, Bobby Jindal, the Christ Psychotic infected imbecile, psychotic, he did an exorcism when he was attending the university. You know that? Bobby Jindal, Christian imbecile, did an exorcism. Why don't he exorcise the evil out of the theater? Hypocrite imbecile. He's psychotic. This is an infected imbecile. Bobby Jindal had an exorcism, did an exorcism in school. He wrote about it himself.
People with mental problems, schizophrenia or religious beliefs should not be allowed to be in public office. Deluded beliefs at the core of religions and schizophrenia is a brain HIV.
Man is a Christ Psychosis infected imbecile. He has a problem with his brain. Check this out. He believes in demons. Look at that. Shooters and theaters have mental issues. But Christianity infected imbeciles that go to church don't. People of faith don't have mental issues. That's the problem.
There is no difference between the beliefs of the religious and beliefs of the schizophrenics. And if we study neurology, we can see this is true. But we must do research and connect the dots in other sciences to understand these
Psychotic experiences. But this is done in Ireland and in many places. What is the cause of the experience? If you are brought up in a religious psychosis infected home, in this case, Christian home, if you have the beliefs and you really, you go to church and you're an adolescent, see, and you might hear voices, you might hear the Lord, you might believe that the guardian angel is hovering around you and kind of protect you. You believe in omens. You believe in good luck signs. You believe in touching the relics of saints that would make you feel good. You go to church and you bow and you believe in all that. That is a psychosis experience. But of course, religious people will try to differentiate between schizophrenia and faith. And they don't realize that's one and the same. Again, aphophiba in religion is no different than the aphophiba in neurological disorders, all produced by the brain. And aphophiba is imaginary friend or foe, irrational belief acceptance. In other words, to accept good people like gods and angels and all that, and also your enemies, which is demons and the devil and all these bad people, and as if they were reality. And that is a psychosis. Imaginary friend, God, or foe, the devil. Irrational belief, because they defy reason. They are irrational. They are not based on logic, on science, on tangible reality. It's just an ethereal concept of that, like faith, which faith is pretending to know things that we do not know. See, and that's what faith is. Brilliant Dr. Bogosian made that definition, and he's very correct. But the faith is created in the brain. There you go.
Will continue to happen. And see that? See what the morals call it? See that? An act of domestic terrorism.
They cannot find a motive. The brain is the one that does all this stuff when people go insane or crazy. And one of the insanities and craziness is religious beliefs. It's faith. Psychotic stuff. Because religion is one of the schizophrenias. Faith in imaginary friends is schizophrenia. So what is the motive? The motive is that he became full-blown with his disorder, produced by his Christian upbringing. Just check it out. This shooter didn't pop out of the nowhere. He was a kid that emerged out of a cave from his mother's vagina. He spilled, and then he was conditioned and all that. And he learned all this during the imprinting period. And then, of course, he was subjected to going to church and the Christian crap and all the delusions and all this ignorance. And he grew up by becoming an adult, and he couldn't get rid of the Christ Psychotic that he had in his mind, his infection. And all of a sudden, he started thinking and imagining things and all that, and he became full-blown. And like all the shooters, everybody, Islam psychotic, the people that cut heads in eyes, everybody is full-blown people of the disorder of religion upbringing that they have. All this garbage infected in the brains, and the brain is so weak that cannot defend himself from the fiction and psychosis of religious beliefs. And that's the problem. It happens in all religions. It happens in HIV, AIDS, and all that. The immune system is affected, and the body becomes infected, dies because of the disease. The same thing with religions. The brain is infected with religious psychosis, and he's there, and he's dormant there in the brain, and all of a sudden he blows up, and he sees demons and angels or whatever. He starts to shoot people because they are demon possessed or whatever happens, and all of a sudden he starts doing all this stuff and killing people. So thanks to religious psychosis. And after all these shootings, you know what Governor Jindal, which is a Christ Psychotic infected imbecile, is an ignoramus. He suggests we pray. Every time there's a shooting, the Christian imbeciles say, let's pray, pray, pray. Well, why don't you rejoice? If you're believing in life after death, you rejoice. The people are in heaven. Shoot even more people. And then shoot yourself so you can go to heaven with zombie Jesus. Here's the problems. Prayers are utterances of fools, ignorant imbeciles. Prayers are just like when a kid, a little boy, loses his teeth and put his teeth under his pillow, and he expects the tooth fairy to put money underneath. And when he receives the money underneath the pillow, he thanks the tooth fairy for giving him the $5. But the kid has an excuse because he's only 5, 6 years old. He doesn't know any better. But an adult that believes in resurrecting zombies and with blood and have all this fake bullshit, not realizing that we are all product of coitus, we are product of the spirit of sperm by our father's penis, and the penis is the actual true creator, God, imbecile, that created our brains. And the brains create the mind, create thinking, and when the brain is sick, creates crap like the religious imbecilities, which is no different than the schizophrenias. Temporal lobe epileptic, other neurological disorders. Religious beliefs are a disease, it's a sickness of the brain, it's a virus. It's like HIV. And these imbeciles, they rely on prayers. Well, with the piece of garbage, Jindal and the rest of Christian imbeciles, when they get sick with cancer, pray. If you got a toothache, pray. If you had a stomachache, pray. If you need to call somebody, don't use your iPhone because it's product of atheism and scientists. Don't use the iPhone if you want to call somebody. Call an angel, you piece of garbage imbecile. And if some of your family gets hit by a car and dies, rejoice because it's in heaven with some of Jesus. Don't cry, imbecile. And you actually should kill yourself and join them. Idiots. And this country is run by imbeciles with churches infected the brain of children. This is what really makes me mad, because all these idiots are psychotic people. They think that prayer, well, don't be hypocrite. If you think that prayer cures things, if you have cancer, you have a tuberculosis, you have any disease, pray. Don't be a hypocrite. Asses, they are just incredible ignorance, and the stupid, and the blind, mentally healthy, those atheists, intellectuals, scientists. They say nothing. The scientists should be speaking, condemning all the, calling all these Christ Psychotic infected imbeciles for what they are. Disgusting people. They're sick. Their brains are sick to belong in a sanatorium. They're sick. They shouldn't be running countries. There shouldn't be doctors. There shouldn't be dentists. There shouldn't be any professional. If you're sick with this schizophrenia-like disease, with HIV of the brain, like it's religious faith and crap like that, you should not be running a country. You shouldn't be flying a plane. You shouldn't be a doctor. You shouldn't be a dentist. You should not be a lawyer. You shouldn't be a justice. You shouldn't be a senator. You shouldn't be anything that has to do with the welfare of people. And that's what you do, because you're sick. If you believe in God, you're a sick person. You're no different than a schizophrenic. You're somebody with a temporal lobe epilepsy, with a perfusion of the precuneus, and all these neurological disorders. You're crazy. You're sick. This is the 21st century. We're not in the 12th. And that's a fact, my friends. In Pace Dion.